That was a sneak peek at the forecast. We'll have it more in depth in just a couple of minutes. Hi, I'm Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is Friday, April 12th, 2019. Thanks for starting your day with us. Thanks for wrapping up your week with us. Normally on Fridays, we promise you a 5-star show. That went right out the window 15 seconds into the program. 4.5 stars is now our goal. Fair enough? All right. Good show for today. Lots going on. First of all, Uriah of Tunk Mountain is pushing the buttons this morning. My usual producer is taking some time off. Good for her. Everybody needs a little vacation now and again. So we'll have a little fun together. Second half of the program via Skype, which is an amazing technological thing, if you ask me. We visited with Lisa Bradshaw. Of course, she's on her Don't Wait project tour. She's, I try and remember, we checked in with her a couple of days ago. Is when we did our Skype session. We taped it for today's episode. Now, I can't remember where she was. North Carolina, I want to say. We'll find out together. My conversation with Lisa will come your way in the back half of the program. We'll preview a busy weekend in sports coming up. Hey, it's opening weekend at the WVSO. Yeah. Drive fast, turn left. I'm ready for that. That'll be good. I'll try and, I got to endeavor to get Jeremy back on the show. Jeremy Anders, the GM up there. He's a great guy. We also have news, of course, the weather forecast. We continue this period of, it's active weather. We had rain last night. That wasn't really in the forecast. We got clouds right now. It's supposed to get sunshine this afternoon. Supposed to. Forecast details are coming up. News, sports, the obscure holiday. Also, we have birthdays today in history, and everyone is entitled to Mike McNaughty's opinion. And as you can see over my left shoulder, our normal cross camera isn't up and running today for whatever reason, but we're still going to do our tour around the valley with our Valley View cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless. So let's do it. And I think we start out with what we call the Cross East. It's a little bit lower and obviously a little bit farther to the east. So it gives you a East Wenatchee comes into view a little bit more. On this camera, it's a little bit lower. And I mentioned this pretty much all week. It looks to me, and that's just to me, from that view, that the Columbia River is running a little on the high side. I mean, there's still snow melting up in the real high elevations. Of course, the vast majority of the snow that we get that powers our hydroelectric dams aren't really in the Cascades of Washington State. They're up in British Columbia. So as that snow melts and the rivers begin to fill up, plus the streams, but no real flooding concerns that I can think of. Beautiful view from the Cross East camera, and we are greening up, and we're going to green up some more after last night's unexpected rain. Camera 2, I don't know. We find out together. It's a surprise. That's the McNeil Canyon camera. I'm getting pretty good at this. Some days I can get all 4, no problems at all. Other days I'm lucky if I can get 1. That's the camera on top of McNeil Canyon. That is Lake Chelan in the middle of your screen, which just like the Columbia River is full of water. Wouldn't you know it? Camera 3 is a slow dissolve to the Omi Gardens camera. Omi Gardens getting ready to open up, if they haven't already, for their 90th year of existence. Rocky Ridge Dam in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Lake Aniat, of course, directly behind it. It's one of those strange geographical phenomenons, of course, when Rocky Ridge Dam went in, the original town of Aniat went underwater, so they had to move the whole darn town. And as a kind of a payback, they said, instead of naming it the Columbia River, we'll name that part of it Lake Aniat. Whatever. It's all the same to me. Camera 4, where are we going? It is off to the Orondo Rock camera, pulled way back. I don't know if there is there such a thing called Orondo Rock? It's just what we call the camera. We got to call it something. So we call it the Orondo Rock camera for reasons I don't know. That's another view of Lake Aniat, just going the other direction with Turtle Rock to your left. Can't quite make out the dam. And way in the background is the Wenatchee Valley with the Mission Ridge complex. By the way, for you skiers, Mission Ridge is open Saturdays and Sundays till the end of the month, and then that's it for them, too. So making the transition as we get deeper and deeper into spring. So there's your cameras, courtesy of Localtel Sky-Fi high-speed wireless network. 5 minutes after the hour, let's take a look at the weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Not a lot has really changed. Boy, I can't wait for next Thursday. If we ever get there. We were supposed to see quite a bit of sunshine today. They've changed their mind. We're still going to have some sunshine. We got clouds right now. Still a stray raindrop or two is possible for the next 45 minutes, hour or so. But then gradually the sun will come out, and by this afternoon we'll have quite a bit of sunshine. and a high of about 60, and no real wind to speak of. Clouds are back tonight, making an encore appearance. 41 for the overnight low. Saturday looks to be the best chance of measurable rain, both Saturday and Monday. Saturday, whatever rain we get, and we should get a little bit anyway, will be in the afternoon. It'll be cloudy, certainly Saturday, and a high of 58. Saturday night, mostly cloudy but dry. 41 for the overnight low. Sunday, partly sunny, and a high of 56. We'll take with that. Well, partly sunny, partly cloudy, either way. Same to me. Monday, mostly cloudy, 56. Again, it's kind of just back and forth, hit and miss. It's unstable. That's basically, the atmosphere is unstable, and, well, just like me anyway. So things can get a little cattywampus. The breeze kicks up every now and again. Could get a raindrop or two, but that's what we're looking at all the way into Thursday of next week. Thursday, boy, I hope that holds out. Sunshine, high near 70. When was the last time we saw 70 degrees? Probably September, something like that. So anyway, there's your forecast from the National Weather Service. And again, measurable rain on Saturday afternoon is our best chance of rain coming down during the daylight hours. And once these clouds part, we will see some sunshine later on this afternoon. It is 7 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a quick 1 minute break. When we come back, we have your Friday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from Studio 10 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Live channel.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, agent here at Senior Insurances of North Central Washington, where we help our clients navigate the Medicare world. One of the things we really enjoy doing is teaching our clients about their rights. Like, did you know that if you have a traditional Medicare supplement, you can change that monthly all year long, regardless of prior health conditions? So if you'd like to know more about your options with Medicare, you can visit us at one of our 5 local offices, as well as give us a call at 888-2600.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
8 minutes after the hour on this Friday, the 12th day of April, 43 degrees with quite a bit of cloud cover and some light raindrops. Clouds will be departing later on this afternoon, as will the rain. Will top off at about 60 degrees with quite a bit of sunshine once we get to the afternoon hours. And here's what's making the headlines. You may have noticed that portions of Kashmir are in the dark. Well, what's going on is they've been they're doing a project to upgrade the existing street lights in town. They're switching them over to the energy-efficient LED lights, and in addition to the lights on the utility poles, about 500 decorative lights were also replaced. Well, when installing the lights, new circuit breakers were also installed, and so the wires were old, they're buried directly into the ground. So it was anticipated that a lot of the circuits may trip when the new sensitive breakers were installed, and by golly, that's exactly what happened. Since installing the new lights, 17 of the new 47 lighting circuits are not holding, and at the direction of the electrical inspector, they've been turned off. That means streetlights along portions of Cottage, Alberta, Olive, Chase, Washington, Birch, and Pioneer are now dark, and one of the school crosswalk lights have also been shut off. Kashmir Mayor James Fletcher says some fixes may be relatively simple, others more complicated, like they may have to dig up some streets and some sidewalks. Fletcher says correcting the electrical problems and restoring lights is the top priority for the city right now. Former Douglas County Port District Manager Pat Haley has been hired by the city of Quincy as the town's new assistant administrator. Haley will eventually become chief administrator when Tim Sneed retires at the end of June. Haley is a native of East Wenatchee. He ran unsuccessfully for Douglas County Commissioner back in 2016. In an interview with the Columbia Basin Herald, Haley said he'd, quote, like to be one, quote, he'd like Quincy to be one of America's most livable cities, end quote. Haley will be working out of Quincy's new City Hall. Funding for the new $3.6 million project was made possible from revenue generated by the growth of the area's data center industry. Well, after more than a month and a half of being by her daughter's bedside at Seattle Children's Hospital, Becca Shelton had to go to a room of her own on Wednesday to give birth to a baby girl. Eloisa was born shortly before midnight. Becca posted before the delivery that she couldn't stand the thought of not being at her daughter Rihanna's side, but she said, quote, she is excited that I will be bringing her baby sister back with me. end quote. Meanwhile, 6-year-old Rihanna Rosenberg continues her remarkable recovery from spending almost 20 minutes underwater after falling into an icy Rock Island pond back on February 21st. Earlier this week, the girl was moved from intensive care and will soon begin physical therapy. That's always good news. And finally, what's going on this weekend? As you might imagine, there's a lot. I don't know, but Megan knows. It's Weekend Events with Megan McPherson.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. The Literacy Council Spelling Bee fundraiser is this Friday at 5:30 p.m. at Pybus Public Market. Participate in a dinner, auction, and team spelling competition to support free English as a second language classes for adults through the Literacy Council of Chelan and Douglas counties. Each table of 8 adults teams up in a spelling competition against other tables. Register a full table or come on your own and join one that night. This Saturday and Sunday is the Gold Treasure and More Show at the Chelan County Expo Center in Cashmere. There will be over 50 vendors with products ranging from prospecting supplies, jewelry, silver and gold coins to fudge, rocks, and blacksmith products. There is something for everyone at this show. Each day has a metal detecting hunt for big prizes at 10 a.m. and there will be a haystack hunt for kids ages 2 to 10 at 11 a.m. each day. Food will be available and there will be hourly door and gold raffles. Cost is $5 and free for ages 12 and under. Also at the fairgrounds in Cashmere this weekend is the Spring Opener Car and Motorcycle Show and Automotive Swap Meet this Saturday from 10 to 4. All makes and models are welcome. This is a family-friendly event with games, prizes, awards, food, music, and more. There will be a pet food charity drive benefiting the local animal shelter and cat dog rescues. A donation of cat and dog food would be greatly appreciated at the show. The cost is $15 per vehicle or swap meet space for participants. Space is limited, so please pre-register to guarantee your space. Admission is free for spectators. WenCon is this Saturday from 10 to 6 at the Town Toyota Center. WenCon is Wenatchee's pop culture convention with guest stars, vendors, artists, games, panel discussions, prizes, cosplay, and many, many other activities. And finally, the Chelan County Canine Program will be having a fundraiser, Canines and Wines, this Saturday from 2 to 5 in the local Event Center at Pybus Public Market. The public will have a chance to meet and interact with their outstanding dogs and team. There will be a raffle and silent auction and wine from local wineries. This fundraiser is to raise the money it costs to purchase a new police canine. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
Good stuff from Megan, yeah. And wherever you go this weekend, of course, you can take us along. We're portable. We got ourselves a website, so you can take us along and watch our live stream for whatever local programming we're going to be sending your way over the weekend. Don't forget, if you have outdoor plans this weekend, your best bet for sunshine anyway, and fairly decent temperatures is going to be Sunday, not Saturday. Don't forget the news. The NCW Life Evening News is the name of the program. I finally figured that out. Grant Olson in the anchor chair, also doing your weather forecast. Eric Grandstrom with sports. And you can watch the news on this very television station at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5, 6, and 10 every Monday through Friday. And, of course, don't forget tonight we have live high school soccer. We will be at Wildcat Stadium in East Wenatchee for Eastmont and Moses Lake Soccer. That's coming up tonight at 7 o'clock live here on the NCW Life channel. If there's something out there that warrants our attention, we'd love to hear from you. We have a Twitter handle. We have a Facebook page. We have a website, ncwlife.com. And you can email us, news at NCW Life. And if there's something out there you think might be a good story for us to put on the television airwaves, well, by golly, let us know about it. We'd love to hear from you. 14 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a break. When we come back, sports. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
This is Kerry Condata from the 12th District. We are going in session with direct reports from your legislators in Olympia. We'll get the straight story every week. We'll add the national, state, and local news and have it all wrapped up for you right here on the 12th District. Check it out.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Health Alliance Northwest. WenCon is this Saturday from 10 to 6 at the Town Toyota Center. There will be guest stars, vendors, artists, games, panel discussions, prizes, cosplay, and many other activities. Also Saturday is Canines and Wines in the local Event Center at Pybus Public Market from 2 to 5. Meet the dogs and team, enter the raffle, and sample local wine. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
It's Friday. Let's do sports at 16 minutes after the hour. The Mariners concluded their 7-game road trip yesterday with a 10-inning, 7-6 win over Kansas City in a rather improbable fashion. Seattle trailed this game 4-0 at one point. They came all the way back. They scored 2 runs in the 6th, a run in the 7th, a run in the 8th, 2 in the 9th, and Daniel Vogelbach's solo home run in the 10th was the difference. It seemed that Seattle's 5-game winning streak would come to an end. Even in the 9th inning, the M's were down to their last strike with Mitch Haniger at the plate, but the all-star right fielder came through with a 2-run triple that tied the game. Vogelbach's heroics in the 10th got the job done. The Mariners have now hit home runs in each of their first 15 games. That's a major league record. And the Mariners also have 36 homers on the season. That ties them with the 2000 St. Louis Cardinals for the most home runs in Major League Baseball history in their first 15 games. D. Gordon went 3 for 4. He had a home run. He had Seattle had 3 triples, by the way. Very windy day in Kansas City. But the Mariners are back home. They got a 6-game winning streak. They have the best record in the major leagues. And their divisional rivals, the Houston Astros, are in town at 7-10. Wade LeBlanc will toe the rubber against Houston's Wade Miley. All right, let's go to the Les Schwab Prep Soccer scoreboard from Thursday. There you see it. Kashmir blanked Okanagan 4-0. And Cascade shut out Omak 5-0. Fast pitch softball. Yesterday, the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard tells us that Wenatchee split a doubleheader with Ellensburg at Walla Walla Point Park. Panthers won the opener 9-8. The Bulldogs took the nightcap 21-14. Pateras also defeated Manson 18-8. So that's what happened. Here's what's going to happen. Here's your schedule. It's a busy one, too. Let's talk baseball. Eastmont travels to Yakima, the gateway to Wapato. They'll be taking on the Eisenhower Cadets in a doubleheader. That begins at 4 o'clock. Tomorrow, doubleheaders, and they all start at 11. Kashmir hosts Cascade. Okanagan's at Chelan. Waterville Mansfield finally getting to play at home against Orville. And it's Liberty Bell at Manson. That's baseball on the prep softball schedule. There you see it. Eastmont hosts Eisenhower for games at Sterling Sports Complex. Doubleheader begins at 4. Tomorrow's doubleheaders all begin at 11 a.m. Again, Kashmir hosts Cascade. Chelan's at Okanagan. Waterville Mansfield plays host to Orville. Liberty Bell is at Manson. Big 9 soccer teams playing today. Caribou Trail League, they play on Saturday. Tonight, Wenatchee is at West Valley at 7 o'clock. Eastmont hosts Moses Lake at 7. As I mentioned, we're going to have the Wildcats and Chiefs live right here on the NCW Live channel. Sebastian Malaga and Matt Wisen on the call. Tomorrow, Kashmir hosts Manson at 11 a.m. and at 1, Brewster kicks off at Cascade, and Chelan is at Granger. The Wenatchee boys lacrosse team was supposed to play tonight at Leibofto Field of the Apple Bowl. They were supposed to play Hanford, but apparently Hanford didn't have enough guys to field a team, so it's a forfeit. It officially goes into the books as a 1-0 win for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder. Wenatchee Valley will host a very tough game tomorrow night. They got Gonzaga Prep, Leibofto Field of the Apple Bowl, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. If you wanted to see one of the most amazing track and field events anywhere, the Edgar Brown Stadium in Pasco is the site for the 40-team Pasco Invitational. This meet goes back decades. I think it rivals the state championships for the amount of track and field athletes there, the caliber of the track teams from throughout the Northwest, including Eastmont and Wenatchee. They'll be down there. It all gets underway at 9 o'clock. Not to be overshadowed for the smaller schools, though. Kashmir hosts their annual track and field meet. The invitationals tomorrow, Cascade, Chelan, Quincy. 10 teams will be dropping by. Gets underway tomorrow at noon. Another busy couple of days on the tennis courts. Wenatchee is, they got Richland today and tomorrow. Richland's pretty good. Also today, Chelan hosts Tenasket at 4. Antioch travels to Pateras. On Saturday, Kashmir hosts Royal at 11 a.m. And hey, let's go racing. Yeah, it's about darn time. Featured racing this weekend at the Spring Sizzler at the WVSO, the Pro Late Models, the Road Runners, the Thunder Cars of the Northwest Mini Stock Tour. The kickoff to another season of racing at the WVSO gets underway at 6 o'clock. I can't wait for that. Also this weekend, the USSSA Softball Associations have their kickoff tournaments. The men play at Walla Walla Point Park tomorrow and Sunday. The women play at Kirby Billingsley Hydro Park. And finally, a reminder of what you can watch on our TV station this weekend, sports-wise. There's our schedule. It begins tonight. Again, high school soccer, Eastmont hosts Moses Lake. We'll have it for you live. Tomorrow, it's a baseball doubleheader, Wenatchee and West Valley at 2 at 7. On Sunday, boys soccer at 2 with Wenatchee and Moses Lake. And then Sunday at 7, Eastmont and Sunnyside baseball. Whoa, it's a lot of sports. And that's just some of the games that people are playing. On this Friday, 21 minutes after the hour, Uriah just threw the sports script into the garbage because I could hear him do it on my IFP. It's time for the Obscure Holiday. And the obscure holiday of the day today, oh, doesn't that look good right now? It's National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day. I just want one right now. Putting cheese to bread goes back to the ancient Romans. Putting cheese between two pieces of bread and cooking it up and making it all gooey and tasty is pretty much an American invention, although nobody really knows exactly when the grilled cheese sandwich was invented. I did research, nobody really knows. By the time the Great Depression started in 1929, it became a staple of the American diet because it was pretty cheap to make. So basically, when they figured out how to make cheese and make bread that would slice pretty good. During World War II, a lot of American soldiers took the grilled cheese sandwich with them to the battlefield, and then it caught on all over Europe. The modern grilled cheese sandwich did. It's easy to make. It's tasty. I have some extra gooey facts about you for you grilled cheese sandwich lovers. The Virgin Mary grilled cheese sandwich. You remember that? It looks like the Virgin Mary is sold on eBay for $28,000. Okay. And back in 2006, Joey Chestnut ate 47 grilled cheese sandwiches to set the new world's record. I mean, I like grilled cheese sandwiches, but not that much. American, provolone, cheddar, and mozzarella are the most popular cheeses for the sandwich, and the average grilled cheese sandwich is just under 300 calories. Easy to make, goes great with a bowl of tomato soup. Enjoy your grilled cheese sandwich today. There are 5 significant events in history to talk about as we transition to today in history. Today, of course, is the 158th anniversary of the Civil War, the beginning of the Civil War. Headline from the New York Times, April 12, 1861. It began at the Battle of Fort Sumter. Confederate forces firing on Fort Sumter in the harbor of Charleston, South Carolina. They eventually, of course, took over Fort Sumter. The call to arms happened, and the Civil War began. Why do they call it the Civil War? I still don't know. There was nothing civil about it, but it began 158 years ago today. April 12th, 1934, 85 years ago today, that is the summit of Mount Washington, which is in New Hampshire. And on this date, 85 years ago, the strongest surface wind gust in the world was measured at 231 miles an hour. A gust hit 231 miles an hour at the summit of Mount Washington in New Hampshire. Ironically enough, that very same day, at that very same location, the World Outdoor Badminton Championships were held. They had to cancel it. Sorry about that. 74 years ago today, they knew it was coming. Those in Roosevelt's inner circle knew it was coming. Roosevelt did not. He was taking pills. He knew he was sick, but he didn't know what was going on. Harry Truman kind of figured something was up because all of a sudden there were more Secret Service people hanging around the vice president than there was before, but the president died. 32nd President of the United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, dies of a cerebral hemorrhage. After over 12 years in office, Harry Truman became President of the United States on April 12, 1945. How about some better news? April 12, 1955, the polio vaccine is declared a success by Dr. Jonas Salk, and the vaccinations began. Polio vaccine, one of the great scientific achievements of the 20th century, basically eradicated polio, which is a widespread problem, but the process began 64 years ago today. They said, hey, it works. Let's start doling out the vaccines. Happened on this date in 1955. And April 12, 1961, it's a big day in history. Yeah, Yuri Gagarin, the Soviet cosmonaut, he went into space and came back. First person ever to travel to space, the first human being ever to travel to outer space. Yuri Gagarin did it on this date 58 years ago today. Remember, in the early days of the space race between Sputnik and that, the Soviets were ahead of the United States. We had to do some catching up. We did, by the way. Birthdays on this April 12th. Ed O'Neill. There's Ed. Of course, he's best known for playing Al Bundy. Al Bundy on Married with Children. Of course, he's the patriarch of the Pritchett family, Jay Pritchett, on Modern Family. He's been nominated for 3 Primetime Emmy Awards and 4 Screen Actor Guild Awards. Ed O'Neill, who was going to be a professional football player, turned to acting instead. He's 73 years old today. David Letterman, 72 years old today. Wow. Beginning on February 1st, 1982, with the debut of Late Night with David Letterman, all the way through May 20th of 2015, with the last broadcast of The Late Show with David Letterman on CBS. He hosted 6,028 episodes, which is the most all time, surpassing his friend and mentor, Johnny Carson. David Letterman is 72 years old today. Claire Danes celebrates a milestone. She's 40. Yep. She's won 3 Emmy Awards, 4 Golden Globe Awards, and 2 Screen Actor Guild Awards. She's pretty good, pretty talented. Life is good for Claire Danes. She's 40 years old today. And a certain public servant who I'm related to celebrates a birthday today. He's the mayor of Wenatchee. That picture was taken, by the way, a long time ago. My brother has grayed quite a bit. The job will do it. Frank Kuntz, mayor of Wenatchee, 56 years old today. Before we take a break and find out what's on Mike Magnotti's mind, a friendly reminder about Campbell's, because this is the last chance I have to remind you that the deadline is Monday. If you want to take advantage of this incredible deal for locals only, for the folks who live in the north central Washington area, you call up Campbell's of Lake Chelan and say, hey, I live here, I work here, I love it here, but I want to get away from it all and spend some time getting pampered up at Campbell's. They'll take care of you. The locals rate between now and April 15th, which is Monday, starts at $95. Starts at $95. That's the deal. That's the steal. Give Campbell's a call. Do it this weekend if they've not booked up already. Ask for the locals rate. All right? They'll take care of you. It is 27 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a break. When we come back, everyone's entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. And then via Skype, a conversation that we taped a couple of days ago because she's on the East Coast and we're not. We're going to check in with Lisa Bradshaw on the Don't Wait Project Tour. Busy Friday. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
How much are you paying for adult, family, or assisted living? Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living offers one-bedroom apartments for one affordable price. Their rates are all-inclusive. No nickel or diming or sudden increases, just one set price. You or your loved one will receive good food and excellent care in a relaxed, home-like environment. Stop on by for a tour to see if the Epladolin family is the right choice for you.
Family owned and operated. Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living in Cashmere. Affordable care.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
When it comes to accounting, we cover every aspect of it, from our comprehensive range of bookkeeping services designed to help your day-to-day business operations to our end-to-end tax service. From advice, planning, return preparation, and seminars, we offer you the best services with utmost professionalism, letting you focus solely on what you do best, managing your business. We offer solutions for success.
My name is David Olson. I'm the Chief Executive Officer at Columbia Valley Community Health. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, we genuinely care about our patients. And we hope that you trust us to take care of you, to take care of your family. Thank you.
Doghouse Motorsports, we ride what we sell. There's a lot we could say about the CD Spark and the CD GTI, but ultimately, the ride says it all.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I'm a regular churchgoer. Yeah, good for me, right? But sometimes I run into people who used to go to church, but they don't anymore, and I ask them why. And they often say something like this: I had to miss church for 3 weeks in a row, and no one called me to see if I was okay. Now, my response to them is, why do you think people go to church? They're specifically looking for you. Sure, it would be nice if we noticed other people or the lack of them more than we care about ourselves, but come on, really. Blaming other people for your deciding not to go to church is kind of lame, don't you think? This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
The Cottage Inn has been a Wenatchee Valley landmark since 1940, making it one of the longest-running locally owned restaurants around. And it's better than ever. Steak, seafood, and their famous homemade desserts for dinner, wonderful lunch items, and breakfast on Sundays, all made from scratch and at an affordable price. It's no wonder the Cottage Inn has been so popular for over 75 years. Enjoy a fabulous meal today at the Cottage Inn on Easy Street in Old Station.
I'm working today.
I have got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
Once a week, we are endeavoring to drop by and say hi via Skype with Lisa Bradshaw, host of the Life with Lisa show, and also, of course, on the Don't Wait Project tour. She is in the Deep South. She is still in the South, as a matter of fact. It's Tuesday as we tape this. This will air Friday. So, Lisa, where are you now as we tape this, and where will you be on Friday when we air this?
I am in Cartersville, outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And on Friday, I will be in North Carolina. Somewhere around
area.
Charlotte, I think.
Yeah. So it's been a week.
I've never been. So I haven't been this far east
Okay.
yet.
So how's your week been since we talked to you last?
Really, it's been a really good week. I've met a lot of fantastic people. I was able to give a few talks in Birmingham at 2 different hospitals about the Don't Wait Project, but also about our family's transplant story. Participated in the Donate Life picnic in Alabama and Birmingham. Met up with some old friends I haven't seen in a long time that I met in the ICU 15 years ago. They were losing a loved one at that time as well, and we've stayed in touch all these years, so it's been a good week.
In fact, before we go any further into our conversation, we have the video from your Don't Wait Project page on your trip to Alabama, on the picnic, and if it's okay with you, I'd like to show it. Why don't you tell people what they're about ready to see, Lise?
Sure.
Let them know.
We've been doing these kind of promos or sizzles of each stop and kind of a summation of what took place. And so you'll see a bit about the picnic itself and some of the interviews I did with people, and just kind of overall gives you a sense of what we did that day, but also for the week.
Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Lisa Bradshaw coming to you from the Birmingham, Alabama stop of the Don't Wait Project Tour. I'm here at the picnic that is held. It's Donate Life Awareness Month. The picnic had about 2,400 people here today, put on by Donate Life, UAB, Legacy of Hope. Everyone who's here today is either a recipient of an organ donation, a person who donated their loved one's organs, or even a living donor. And I got to sit and talk with some of them. I met a woman today whose son recently passed away, and she was able to donate all of his organs and his ligaments and his corneas.
I know it's hard for them, but I don't know how people do it when they don't have anything positive. At least I know my son is no longer with us, but he's enhancing a lot of other lives.
I met a man who received a kidney transplant in 2004, the same time that my late husband Wesley received his double lung transplant.
So I told her, I said, I'm gonna tell you something. Give you something to look forward to. I said, my son gave me mine, and I had it for 14 years at that time. And she just lit up.
Yeah.
I mean, really lit up, yeah.
When I'm a cancer survivor, and when I first was diagnosed, I'd have crawled up in somebody's lap who could tell me, somebody who'd survived a long time. And this year will be 23 years for me.
Wow.
It was just exciting to see all the hope that comes from organ donation, and to be here to be part of spreading that word and creating awareness. It's an honor to be here. As soon as we pulled into Alabama, within 30 minutes, I gave a talk at Huntsville Hospital, and the next day at St. Vincent's Hospital. And I just want to give a huge shout out to UAB for welcoming me here, to arranging those talks ahead of time, and then also setting up a booth here at the picnic. And we donated big shoes to anyone who wanted a copy. And that was just a really special thing to give people our story. I let them know the outcome wasn't what anyone would have hoped, but it isn't about what happened. It's about showing up and trying and doing our best, and hopefully letting people learn lessons from our experience without having to go through it themselves. I'm glad I came to Birmingham, Alabama. It's not easy for me to be here, but I feel a renewed sense of strength for having done it. I feel energized for the rest of the trip. We head to Atlanta, Georgia tomorrow. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll see you on the road.
Obviously, bringing a cinematographer / producer / guy who knows what he's doing is helping you out a lot. That was a good-looking video. I liked everything about it.
Yeah, it's really great. I mean, B-roll is something that, is hard to get, hard to be in the camera when you're carrying the camera, which was the situation last time. And B-roll is what you saw, all the great footage of, just what's happening as it's happening, not just me sitting there with a tripod interviewing people. So he's actually filming me doing this right now. He's got the camera right over there. So it's really just made a huge difference in the storytelling process for sure.
There was one scene in the video that we just saw with you when you were talking to some people, and you had a stack of books next to you. You are a published author. You think there's another book coming out of you from this trip in particular?
Most definitely. It's been part of the plan. I'll do one more tour next year of the North and Northeast, and then start writing. I'm writing as I go as well, just so it's fresh in my mind. I'm working on a fiction book right now that's called Traveling Empty Nester, that's loosely based on some similarities in my own story, but I'm reading a lot of fiction and listening to a lot of fiction on the trip because I haven't written fiction before, so I have to teach myself a new skill.
All you need is a thesaurus, and you'll be fine. You've been interviewing people. You've been telling stories.
In a dictionary.
You talked about last week how you're going to have to double back because there's one story that you have to tell in North Carolina before you head back down to South Carolina to tie everything up. So far, so good? Is everything pretty much as you expected it to be?
Yes. We, I believe, have 3 stories now in North Carolina. And it's been, I'm starting to get emails from people who want to be part of the storytelling. And unfortunately, it's usually that they heard about us in a city near them and then we're already gone. But I'm going to figure out a way to have them perhaps on the show via Skype when I get back, or have them send me a bit about themselves. I'd be happy to include it along the tour. So just trying to make sure that we tell the stories that are planned, but also don't miss out on opportunities to tell other stories, even if it means we aren't actually there with them interviewing.
Hey, while I'm thinking about it, and I don't want to forget this, that video that we just saw was just phenomenal. Where can people look at that? Where can people find that video and the other videos that you've been making so far on your trip?
Facebook and Instagram, we've been posting them. We've been doing IGTV, Instagram TV, and then on Facebook we post them there, and then I'm loading them to our website, don'twaitproject.org. I started a blog and haven't really had time to keep up with that, but I am definitely going to post those. It's the other part is I have to find a place where I have good Wi-Fi, and I don't always have that at a campground, and I don't have time to go to a local coffee shop, and these are like 10-hour days, so. And then some of that includes driving, and you can't work when you're driving. So it's just trying to work it all out. But most definitely Facebook and Instagram, and then don'twaitproject.org. We have a lot of it updated there too.
Here's a funny question. This may seem like a funny question. You and your producer are traveling together. He has a rig and a camper. You have a rig and a camper. You're caravanning. But when one of you, as you head down the highway, needs to take a rest stop or wants to get a snack, how do you communicate with each other without breaking, cell phone laws?
Well, I'm a strict cell phone non-user, hands-free driver. So we have, I have him programmed into my car. So it's just, I can just call him by voice, or I can just push a button like I would be pushing, to change the radio station. And we kind of plan it ahead, when we're going to stop for gas or that sort of thing. But he travels behind me, and that's how we maneuver the road. But we stay pretty close. I mean, we don't separate during the drive. We definitely stick together. It's part of the advantage, too, of having someone with me, is I'm not traveling all these distances all by myself.
A couple more questions for you. In the week that we've last visited, have there been any just complete out-of-the-blue surprises that is a really good story that you want to tell?
Well, I think that just how welcoming everyone has been. We just did some footage here in Cartersville. We hadn't had the time to just really visit the towns that we're in. And so we've done that today, and everywhere, I just ate at a place called Four-Way Stop, and it's been there like 100 years. And she told me the history of it, and it's a historical building, so it looks as old as it is. And I had a free burger, and they had this gravy, and so it's just this being welcomed each place we go. There was only one rude KOA worker so far, but everybody else has been terrific.
A couple more questions for you. Once again, just to recap for our viewers, it is Tuesday as we tape this, but it's Friday now as we're airing it. So take me through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and into next week, your itinerary and your schedule, Lisa.
As a loud truck. So let's see, we're leaving Georgia tomorrow for North Carolina, and we're actually in Carolina all week the rest of the week until Saturday morning, and then we head to a town in Eastern. So we're going near Charlotte, and then we're going east, further east into North Carolina for a story. Then we're doubling back and heading to Knoxville, Tennessee. So it's a pretty busy week once we get there, but we are trying to spend 3 nights in each location instead of 2 or 1, so that we can do these sorts of things and go out in the community and meet people and, patronize some of these establishments that are, hearts of these cities we're visiting.
Every time we talk on Skype, I always give you the opportunity to thank your sponsors, because if it wasn't for the sponsors who ponied up the automobiles and the trailers and the money, this doesn't happen. So the honor's all yours, Lisa.
Yeah, I'm just Town Toyota in East Wenatchee sponsored the whole trip and provided the cars, had them shipped out here so I didn't have to drive out here. And then New Camp RV provided both campers. The campers have been terrific. I've learned how to set it up and tear it down in a pretty quick order. And then, you know, just being able to have the freedom to, like I said, we needed generators, we get the generators, whatever we need to make it a success. And them also hiring Caleb to film with me. I mean, that made the big difference. When I got back last time, they asked what I needed for this time, and I said a cinematographer and a bathroom. Those are the two things I needed. And both are benefiting this trip greatly.
Yeah, obviously the collaboration and the communication between you and Caleb, because you had never met before he met up with you on the trip, it's working out pretty good. He seems to know what he's doing.
He definitely knows what he's doing. And I think toward the end of the first week, we started finding our groove, you know, and just making sure that we're communicating well about what it is I'm wanting and what he's capturing, and just, you know, it works. It's definitely working. And he edits those sizzles that you're watching. I give him notes of what I'd like to see in there, and then he pulls the footage and puts it all together, and then we choose the music and we add the titles. And so it's a collaborative effort. When you see what you saw just now, is about 5 hours of work between filming it and him editing and putting it all together. And then we got to export, and sometimes he's driving down the road using his hotspot Wi-Fi to export while we're driving to the next place. And so that's all the stuff I was doing all by myself last time. And so it's nice to have the help, and also the product is highly superior to what I could do on my own.
I agree, and I agree. Our last question is always the same thing. Lisa, your road music, what do you got coming over the speakers as you head on down the highway?
I'm still listening. I don't remember if I said Eric Church last week, but Eric Church, I'm listening a bit of Eric Church, and I was listening to Sarah McLachlan a lot. I wrote my second book to Sarah McLachlan, and so I've got her on this week, but I'm going to switch it up. I don't know what I'm going to switch it to for our road trip tomorrow. I've also been listening to audibles. I've been listening to like suspense books, because they have to be suspenseful so I can keep my attention on them. Otherwise I get bored listening to self-help books or whatever, you know. I have to think about what I'm listening to. Keeps me motivated on the road.
Lisa, it's always great to talk to you. Drive safely, enjoy telling your stories, and enjoy gathering the stories. I can't wait to see the finished products when you're back in town and a whole new bunch of Life with Lisa Bradshaw has hit the airwaves. But we know from what we've seen, it's going to be good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I counted up how many stories that it looks like I'm going to come back with, and it's about 13 or 14, so that's pretty much an entire season. And I'm hiring my kid to help with editing. I've already worked it out because he's really good at that, and I'm not bad at it, but I definitely want the help, because when I come back, then I have hours and hours and hours and hours of work to get each show up on the air. So I'll have some help with that, and he knows Adobe and all of that, so good. It'll be good.
Lisa, drive carefully. We'll talk to you next week. All right.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Take care.
The best pizza in the known universe is right here in downtown Chelan, so come on up. For the best locally crafted beer and barbecue in Chelan, come on up.
For the best down-home scratch country cooking in North Central Washington, you'll find it in Manson. Come on up.
Come on up. Come on up.
Come on up.
It's always been a dream of mine to own a home. She had credit, I didn't.
And I was like, you know what, let's just go talk and see what we could do to move forward.
We walked into Guild Mortgage. I didn't think home ownership was possible. Tracy had a plan for us. Small things that we could do to establish credit. Honestly, before you knew it, the next step was go home, build your dreams, live happily ever after.
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, and this is Guada TV. Every week we will be bringing you a first look at North Central Washington business, tech, and education news. You'll hear from local influencers and innovators who live right here in the Valley. Together, we'll discuss hot topics, current events, and resources that can support your business, our schools, and this community. Join me every week, and let's get inspired.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
This is State Representative Kerry Kandata inviting you to watch our new and improved 12th District 2.0 show. Now featuring more information on federal, state, and local issues in a leaner, faster format. Guest hosts John Wise and Shiloh Shower bring it all home with yours truly, Kerry Kandata. Why do we call it 2.0? Because just like me, it's the stronger, faster, and lighter version of today's politics. Also available on demand at ncwlife.com. Lake Chelan Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course mailboxes, even passport photos. Chelan Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
And we're back live here from Studio 7 in downtown Wenatchee. I am Dan Kuntz, 52 minutes after the hour. We have a few housekeeping items to take care of before we get ready to start a weekend. And I'll have another look at that all-important weekend weather forecast here in just a couple minutes. But because it is Friday and there's a lot going on this weekend, one more time, I want to do the weekend events rundown with our very own Megan McPherson.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. The Literacy Council Spelling Bee fundraiser is this Friday at 5:30 p.m. at Pybus Public Market. Participate in a dinner, auction, and team spelling competition to support free English as a second language classes for adults through the Literacy Council of Chelan and Douglas counties. Each table of 8 adults teams up in a spelling competition against other tables. Register a full table or come on your own and join one that night. This Saturday and Sunday is the Gold Treasure and More Show at the Chelan County Expo Center in Cashmere. There will be over 50 vendors with products ranging from prospecting supplies, jewelry, silver and gold coins to fudge, rocks, and blacksmith products. There is something for everyone at this show. Each day has a metal detecting hunt for big prizes at 10 a.m. and there will be a haystack hunt for kids ages 2 to 10 at 11 a.m. each day. Food will be available and there will be hourly door and gold raffles. Cost is $5 and free for ages 12 and under. Also at the fairgrounds in Cashmere this weekend is the Spring Opener Car and Motorcycle Show and Automotive Swap Meet this Saturday from 10 to 4. All makes and models are welcome. This is a family-friendly event with games, prizes, awards, food, music, and more. There will be a pet food charity drive benefiting the local animal shelter and cat dog rescues. A donation of cat and dog food would be greatly appreciated at the show. The cost is $15 per vehicle or swap meet space for participants. Space is limited, so please pre-register to guarantee your space. Admission is free for spectators. WenCon is this Saturday from 10 to 6 at the Town Toyota Center. WenCon is Wenatchee's pop culture convention with guest stars, vendors, artists, games, panel discussions, prizes, cosplay, and many, many other activities. And finally, the Chelan County Canine Program will be having a fundraiser, Canines and Wines, this Saturday from 2 to 5 in the local Event Center at Pybus Public Market. The public will have a chance to meet and interact with their outstanding dogs and team. There will be a raffle and silent auction and wine from local wineries. This fundraiser is to raise the money it costs to purchase a new police canine. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
Yeah, no lack of things to do this weekend. In fact, we're kind of past the shoulder season now, and as we get deeper and deeper into spring, there's going to be a lot of activities and a lot of things going on as the weather begins to warm up, including there's some sort of Apple something festival coming up too in a couple of weeks. I understand it's a pretty big deal. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, we got that forecast for you. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
When it comes to accounting, we cover every aspect of it, from our comprehensive range of bookkeeping services designed to help your day-to-day business operations to our end-to-end tax service. From advice, planning, return preparation, and seminars, we offer you the best services with utmost professionalism, letting you focus solely on what you do best, managing your business. We offer solutions for success.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
And we are back here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. What are you doing this weekend? As you just saw from Megan, there's a lot going on. If it's outdoor plans and you want to know what the weather looks like, here's the forecast from the National Weather Service. We'll take one more look at it. We've got clouds right now, but they have already begun to thin out, even though the overall forecast, the overall picture with the weather is still active. The occasional raindrop, a little on the cool side. Our normal high for today would be 62 and then bumping up into 63 by the weekend, as you can see. Until we get to Tuesday or Wednesday, temperatures will be below normal. So it's an active weather pattern. Again, clouds will be departing. We'll have some sunshine later on this afternoon. By late this afternoon, early evening, before the sun goes down, there'll be a lot of sunshine, but a little on the cool side. High of about 59 or 60. That's a little cooler than they were anticipating earlier in the week. Increasing clouds tonight, 41 for the overnight low. Saturday, not looking real good if you like the sunlight. We are going to get a little bit of light rain probably Saturday afternoon as it looks at right now. Certainly it's going to be cloudy. The sun's going to be taking Saturday off anyway. And a high near 58 degrees. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, 41 for the overnight low. Sunday, not bad. Partly sunny, partly cloudy, depending on how you like to go about talking about it. With a high of about 56, going to be a little windy at times. Wind out of the west about 7 to 14 miles an hour on Sunday. Monday, we're back to work with a high of 56 and lots of clouds and a chance of rain. Chance of rain again on Tuesday. Wednesday, it says mostly sunny, and it's actually going to be mostly sunny. We did not know why the cloud is there. It just is. And a high of 68. So once we get to Wednesday and Thursday, we're looking pretty good. But the overall weather pattern is still kind of on the wonky side. It's April. That's what we get this time of the year. And by the way, we've caught up with our rain. We were a little behind on our rain on the rainy season, which begins October 1st, but we caught up with that. So our total rain precipitation for the rainy season is back to normal. I like that. Busy show for you next week. Lots going on. Let me preview. On Monday, Jenna Fishback and Tandy Rowland will be my guests from Sustainable Wenatchee. They have a big Earth Day thing going on at the Pybus on Saturday the 20th. So we'll talk about Sustainable Wenatchee and how you can take care of our little part of the planet. It's important. So that conversation with Jen and Tandy, that'll be on Monday. On Tuesday, Jennifer Talbot and Concy Luna will be dropping by for the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. They got mediation training coming up. So if you want to learn how to be a mediator, important work that they do. We'll learn more from Jennifer and Concy. That comes up on Tuesday. We'll check in again, by the way, next week with Lisa Bradshaw as she continues her Don't Wait Project tour. We'll find out together sometime next week where Lisa has found herself. Also next week, Tabitha and Jaden will be dropping by. Tabitha and Jaden are members of the Wenatchee High School FFA, the Future Farmers of America. They got a big plant sale coming up in the early part of May. We'll be visiting with Tabitha and Jaden. And also Jessica Johnson and Hank will be back. Jessica, of course, is the executive director of SAGE. It is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And Jessica and Hank always get an open invitation to drop by and see me whenever they want to. We'll have them on next week as well. Don't forget, wherever you go this weekend, you can take us along because we are portable. And don't forget, we got live high school soccer tonight at Wildcat Stadium in East Wenatchee. The East Mile Wildcats will take on the Moses Lake Chiefs. We'll take to the air about 6:50. They'll start at 7 o'clock with Sebastian and Matt on the call, provided this show isn't canceled. I'll see you on Monday. Everybody have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.